What we witnessed in the NBA yesterday was the most shocking transaction I have ever seen. More shocking than LeBron James signing with the Cleveland Cavaliers. More shocking than Kevin Durant signing with the Golden State Warriors. Luka Doncic is no longer a Dallas Maverick as of today. I can't even wrap my head around what has been transpiring over the past 24 hours. But I woke up at 6:30 in the morning and I got a bevy of text messages from friends and family friends. And when I read it, I was stunned. I thought I was being punked. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was a dream. I thought something was going on where Shams was being hacked and that the NBA would veto this trade. I don't know. I was just thinking this isn't gonna happen. As I read the reports about Luka Doncic being traded to the Los Angeles Lakers for Anthony Davis in a draft pick, and they got Max Christie back, I'm just thinking to myself, what are the Dallas Mavericks doing here? Like, what is the thought process? Why are you trading away a top 5 player for an aging superstar who can't stay healthy? Yes, he's been more healthier lately. Anthony Davis has. But Luka Doncic just got the Mavericks to the NBA Finals last year. Luka Doncic got them to 2 Western Conference Finals appearances. And the reason is we don't trust his conditioning. He doesn't play defense. And we believe we can win with Kyrie and Anthony Davis going forward. We're in win now mode. That's what the GM said. And again, I'm just stunned because nobody saw this coming. Whoever called this, kudos to you. If you said Luka was going to be traded to the Lakers, I would have called you insane. But man, wow. Luka is gone. Like he's no longer a Dallas Maverick. And I feel for the fans because they've watched Luka grow up and they drafted him. They were putting together a good roster. I know the Mavericks struggled this year, but I didn't just give up on them because Luka had that calf injury and he was ramping back up. So I'm thinking once Luka gets back, he's going to play at top 5 level and the Mavericks going to turn their season around. Just wasn't going to surprise me. But in the middle of the night, you're just going to give up on a guy like him who put his body on the line, who went out there and just balled out during their playoff run last year. A guy who is generational as an offensive player. Just move off him. Doesn't make any sense. And they can try to explain every reason in the book, but at the end of the day, the organization needs to be drug tested. Like the Mavericks need to seriously be drug tested because this makes no sense at all. I don't understand the direction they're going in. And why do this? This is like trading Nikola Jokic for a bag of chips or Wemby for a bag of chips. Like it just doesn't make any sense. You have your cornerstone franchise player. There's no reason to move off of him. And to come up with the reasons of, oh, well, we just don't trust his conditioning. He can't stay in shape and we just can't work with him anymore. What? What are we doing here? And the Lakers just got handed somebody they can build around. And what this also tells me is that the era of LeBron James is coming to an end because the Lakers didn't even tell LeBron James. He was blindsided. Shout out to the Lakers. I mean, if you're going to, because they had a meeting, Rob Pelinka and I think it's Nico Harrison, the GM for the Mavericks. They met a few weeks ago. And the GM for the Mavericks was entertaining the idea of trading Luka Doncic. He was like, you know what? What do you think about, Luka Doncic going to the Lakers? And Rob Pelinka was probably like, oh, okay, yeah, but you actually did this? You thought it was a good idea to trade away a arguably top 3 player in the world? Like, who does this? There was reports about the Mavericks getting Obi Toppin to improve this roster. So Obi Toppin, and you go from that to trading Luka Doncic. Like I said, it is one of the most shocking things I saw. And I still am trying to wrap my head around this whole situation because I'm having a hard time believing that he's no longer a Dallas Mavericks player. And wow. I mean, I love the NBA. Shout out to the NBA because we have a lot of content that we can talk about this week. But man, this is just insane. I'm very curious to see how the stories develop this week and what gets released in the reports. And, they play each other in 3 weeks, which is going to be must-see basketball. And again, yesterday, the Mavericks were down 50-19 to start the first quarter. I was actually 50-19 after the first quarter. So you talk about a team that came out just stunned, probably felt betrayed by the organization. Even like in the press conference, Jason Kidd looks stunned You got Nico Harrison saying, "Yeah, I didn't even tell Jason Kidd." He's sitting right next to him. Like, my guy, what are you doing? The reasonings are just, I don't know what's going on. Mavericks fans, if you want to revoke your fandom right now and say, I don't want to support this team until they actually rebuild a contender for years to come, I don't blame you. You got one draft pick out of that deal for Luka Doncic. One. Are you kidding me? And I understand like Pelinka and Harrison want to keep this trade idea under wraps, but you mean to tell me you could only get one pick for a guy who's a top 3 player, arguably? What? I mean, that is just beyond dumb. You might as well have casual fans be GMs. You might as well let the fans run the organization because this is insane stuff. And I'm very curious to see how this all turns out for the Mavericks. And I know it's going to come crashing down on them. You got 2 guys, by the way, Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis. A nice duo, but they can't stay healthy. And I'm wondering now, is Kyrie Irving going to request a trade? Because if I'm Kyrie right now, I don't trust this organization. You went behind the best player's back and traded him, blindsided him. He feels betrayed, called him out publicly, said, this man cannot win us championships. This man doesn't play any defense. This man can't stay healthy because he can't stay in shape. If I'm Kyrie, I want out of this situation. I'm going to the front office saying, send me away. I don't want to be here. I think Kyrie has a player option this offseason, so I wouldn't blame him if he just opts out and just leaves Dallas. That's how bad this is. And again, Mavericks fans, it's got to suck right now. You wake up, probably didn't even know what was going on last night unless you were up. You wake up to the news of your best player being traded. Like, imagine how that feels and what you're going through. I saw jerseys left in front of the stadium yesterday for Luka Doncic. I would feel betrayed. If you want to support Luka or support another team right now because this organization is a dumpster fire, have at it. Or if you just want to be an NBA fan for a while and just see what Dallas does, have at it. But it's like you gave away a generational talent for nothing, and it doesn't make any sense. Like, Luka Doncic is 25 years old. Anthony Davis is going to be 32 next month. But for whatever reason, we don't want to build around a guy who's younger because of X, Y, and Z. It's just not going to fly. This is going to go down as the worst trades ever. Like, the dumbest thing you're ever seeing in sports. And if Nico Harrison is not fired for this, if I'm the Players Association and I'm going to the collective bargaining agreement, boy, when they talk about, why they want to get paid, why they don't trust GMs, it's because of this stuff. Because also, what happened in this transaction is Luka Doncic is no longer eligible for the Supermax. So you mess with the dude's money, and that might not fly going forward. So again, I can't always defend the players, but in this case, I can. And when you're blindsided them like this, and they giving it their all, they're producing, and they're giving you results, and this is how you treat them. Yeah, that's why players want to have more power. That's why I don't trust the GMs and the owners, because they make moves like this, like, yeah, we don't want to deal with you guys. So yeah, I mean, I'm dumbfounded at this point. I feel bad for Mavericks fans. I think they lost 1 million followers on Instagram yesterday. Good for the fans who stopped supporting this team because they don't deserve the support right now. But wow, again, most shocking trade ever. The most shocking thing I've ever seen in the NBA right now. It's bigger than what LeBron did and what Kevin Durant did, because you just gave away one of the best players ever, who might end up being a top 10 player ever if he goes out and does what he needs to do in LA. We'll see. But, Mavericks, what are y'all doing? Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Luka Doncic being traded to the Lakers. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one.